Game 5 is the Chargers at the Seahawks, with a total of 48, and the Seahawks favored by 1.5. This Sunday marks Chargers quarterback Philip Rivers' 200th consecutive start, though getting a win will be tough versus a strong Seahawks secondary. Rivers won't attract much interest playing in Seattle, and the projection sites don't see much of a ceiling. The arguments for playing him this week are the favorable game script and his consistency, as Rivers has thrown for multiple touchdowns in every game this season. Leading receiver Keenan Allen has only one touchdown and only one game above 100 yards this season. But with his talent and volume, I think we can expect some positive regression, and you're unlikely to get him at lower ownership for the rest of the season. It's hard to say whether the Chargers' number 2 receiver is Mike Williams or Tyrell Williams, though Tyrell has turned 8 targets into 236 yards and 3 touchdowns over the last 2 games. The ghost of Antonio Gates is still the Chargers' leading tight end, but he has just 20 targets this season. Running back Melvin Gordon is averaging nearly 125 yards from scrimmage per game, but he's recovering from a hamstring injury and has game script working against him. If Gordon is hampered by his injury or the Chargers fall behind, he could lose touches to receiving back Austin Eckler, who saw 17 touches 2 weeks ago against the Titans. Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson is having a strange but incredibly efficient year. He barely runs anymore, and the Seahawks are the lowest volume passing attack in football. But Wilson has multiple touchdowns in every game but one, despite never reaching 100 yards. With current pricing, I'd rather play Wilson on FanDuel than DraftKings this week. Running back Carson solidified his lead on the backfield with 27 touches last week, and we expect more of the same this Sunday. I liked playing Carson last week when there was uncertainty about his usage, but I'm not a fan this week since the sites barely changed his price and now the public has caught up. Meanwhile, the Seattle receivers are more intriguing. Doug Baldwin is playing hurt and he sat out Wednesday's practice, but if he plays Sunday, he'll be cheap and low-owned. Both Tyler Lockett and David Moore have turned a small number of targets into big plays, and if Baldwin is limited, they could see extra. All of them will be forgotten on Sunday, despite playing for a team with a 25-point total.